Vortex, I'd like to address some criticism that I received a few months ago. Okay. 20 minutes until we go in there for this service. I'm so excited about it. I'll show you just how serious we are, okay? Now that's what we either say or we sing. I don't remember because we did this last year. But we're gonna be singing this, and then saying our typical prayers. Okay. You know, when I first started doing that, I never thought that I'd be able to memorize the whole thing, but I did. But yeah, this is such a beautiful thing. I was practicing this at work, and it's got like shake. It's got ice cream on it. But yeah, so the priest is singing this. He sings all of this, and then we sing that, and then this is our part. Okay, then the priest sings that, we sing that, and this is our part again. Okay, now this is for 13 kontakions. And then we sing the Megalanarian, and then we sing the Troparion to the Holy New Martyrs of Russia, and then the kontakion. But yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. They don't offer this at any Protestant church, okay? Like, I know I seem like I'm really bad-mouthing Protestants. I'm sure that they mean well. They mean very well. But it's like the whole church experience is just so lame compared to this. And you'll understand why if you listen to an Orthodox choir sing a cappella to the priest who sings a cappella. You know, it's just such an amazing thing. And I'm so grateful that I was so terrified of the COVID shot that I ended up joining the Orthodoxy. You know, because it's really, really helped me. And my parents noticed that too. And they said, well, you don't have the anxiety that you had before you start going to church. They're just saying that because I'm not, like, hounding them about their medical decisions anymore. Because I know that I can't change them. And I just have to accept it. So, you know, when you have your head in the Word, when you have your head in, I don't know, the experience of trusting the process, having faith that things will work out, and even if you don't agree with what's happening, even if it's painful, even if it's terrible, even if it's boring, very, very, very boring and lame, you can get through it. You know, God will help you get through it. God will give you the tools to deal with it. You just have to keep having faith. And the whole experience of the Orthodoxy, the whole experience of, you know, going to church and reading the scripture. We don't read it every day, but we read it a lot. And so, going back to Romans. Romans is like one of the best parts of the New Testament, I think. But anyway, there's this guy that goes to church with me that's like obsessed with me. And the more text messages he sends me, the more convinced I am of this, and the more it bothers me, and I don't know what to do about it. Because I've already told him that I'm not interested, and I've already told him that I don't want that kind of attention at all. I think he's just desperate. He's old. If I don't get sexually harassed at work, I'll get sexually harassed at church. Typically not here at the church, but I'll just get these creepy ass texts. And it's like, he spent a lot of time with me, and I made the mistake of smoking pot with him. Never again. Never again. I mean, I don't smoke pot anymore anyway. But it's like, anytime that you do that with somebody, you do kind of connect with them in a way. Especially if you're in like a marijuana unfriendly state. I'm sure it doesn't mean shit in California, Colorado, or Oregon, or whatever. What was I going to show you? I was going to show you something, wasn't I?
You were going to talk about something. You were going to talk about dude accusing you of being really self-absorbed.
Yeah. I mean, I am. I'm not going to deny that. But I know that it's not all about me. Like, I'm not so obsessed with myself. Like, there's a difference between self-absorption that involves just, like, utter selfishness and not caring about other people versus self-absorption because that's just the way that your brain is wired and you're obsessive and you fixate on a lot of things that may or may not be good for you. You know, so that's why you need God's help all the time in order to navigate that. And so that's why I'm such a strong Christian, and that's why I really don't give a fuck if people have a problem with my habits or, you know, they want to call me fucking degenerate or selfish, self-centered, whatever. It's like, dude, I know what's going on with me. I have studied myself, motherfucker. I have studied myself, and I have studied illnesses, and I've studied disorders and medications and things like that. And I'm not a fucking scholar or like, I don't want to school people, you know? That's not interesting to me. Like, that's just very, very pompous. I just hope that I live an inspiring life. That's all. And I think that I do. And when I watch my stuff, and I watch it all the time, you know, I'm inspired by how much I've grown and how I've transformed in a lot of ways. But it's not because, you know, I did anything fancy. It's just because I trusted the process, right? I mean, like I said, I haven't killed myself. But I know that it is self-absorbed. And from the outsider's perspective, it's gonna sound like I'm just obsessing about myself all the time. But I guess I don't know how else to be. I feel like people that are of the world, they obsess about what other people do. And they do that so they don't have to obsess about what they do. You know? But this service is going to be so long. Probably like an hour, at least an hour. It might be like an hour and a half. 2 hours. I don't know. Long. It's fucking long, okay? 10 minutes. I probably should pee beforehand. I recognize this song. What song is this? Track 5. See, this is what you can do if you have liner notes. You can read all about the album and how they made it and what kind of drugs they were on and who was fucking who and can look at all the album art. Yes has some really cool album art. I was gonna buy some Yes albums, but I figured that I should stop while I was can. Which I hardly ever do, you know. But see, yeah, that's really cool album art right here. Look at that. Look at that. It's cool. They don't offer that on fucking Spotify, bitch. They don't. And yes, I am arrogant about the way I listen to music, because the stuff that people are passionate about, they should be arrogant about it, because it means they care. I mean, I know hipsters are annoying, you know, gloating over their vinyl, but it's like, I get it though, because they're passionate. Like, if you're passionate, you can be a snob. And it's like, you appreciate things, and you want other people to appreciate those things too. And they don't. Technology robs us of all appreciation and deeper understanding of, you know, the hard work and the struggle that's involved in making an album. I can't even read that. What does that say? Deliver the word.
It's the title track. Alright, I should go inside though.
But I appreciate you listening to me once again. Especially since I'm so self-centered. But, you know, I think that everybody is self-centered. In a way. I do. I think that, like, for the people that are, like, distracting themselves all the time with other people's content, doesn't it remind you of yourself? Doesn't it, like, remind you that, like, you're a person in this world that is desperately trying to get out of it? I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is that everything's another version of what we think we have a problem with. And I ask myself the question all the time in relation to smartphone technology: how am I contributing to the problem? How am I engaging in the same type of behavior without having all this stuff that all the other people have that I have an issue with, you know? So I hate hypocrites with a passion, so it's of the utmost importance that I just scour, is that the right word, scour? Scour my cranium, scour my experience, scour my thoughts and my intentions and my emotions, my many billion emotions, okay? It's important that I understand all of that through, you know, intense navigation. Only through God am I able to do this. Anyway, I'm gonna go pee. Bye.